In America, unlike the rest of the world, when you hear of fried fish, you might think of catfish. Here in Las Vegas, there are actually several places where you can get real, honest-to-goodness, British-style fish and chip. Cod or haddock, fried up English-style with some English-style chips, served with vinegar, or perhaps a curry sauce. The last time I was at the Codfather, it was at the old shop, a little hole-in-the-wall affair. So I was pleasantly surprised to visit and find a much larger shop with plenty of seating and a comfortable couch where you can sit and wait for your takeaways. If you have never had British-style fish and chip, it can be an interesting experience, as it is the same, but also not the same as what you're used to in America. The fish is cod or haddock. The cut is thicker than catfish and much more flaky. If you try to dip your fish into the tartar sauce, it is very likely to fall apart on you. The fries are hand cut and thicker than fast food fries, but thinner than the usual American hand cut fries. They're also softer. In fact, one of the joys of a good chippy is the last few fries that you find in the end squished into the bottom that is stuck to the paper. I eat my fries the traditional way, with plenty of salt and malted vinegar. The reason that it just does not taste right when you throw normal vinegar over your chips is that it has to be malted vinegar. Traditionally, fish and chips are wrapped in newspaper, and at the end of the meal, your fingers would be greasy and salty and stained black. These days, they use wax paper that is painted to look like newspaper. But this does not leave the black stain, but also not that slightly woody taste that you used to get from the paper. Another very popular opinion is to get a curry sauce for your fish and chips. It is poured at the table at the very last minute so as not to get everything soggy. Well, not at the start of the meal. At the end of the meal, everything is supposed to be soggy. I was very impressed with my meal. I got a standard cod and chips. I received a good sized piece of cod and plenty of chips. The cod was well cooked. The outside was crispy in places and slightly soft in places, as it's supposed to be. The inside was soft and flaky. I had a very satisfying crisis where I had to dig some pieces out of the tartar sauce, like you're supposed to. I loved that I received packages of malted vinegar instead of ketchup. And I really loved that I received plenty of them. You can either drown everything in vinegar, or you can save some for a later meal. All in all, a very satisfying experience. The locals knows, and they know the best place in the valley for authentic British fish and chips is the Codfather.